Dear students, in this video, I want to give you a few insights more regarding the upcoming NEET examination. If you are a true NEET aspirant, I request you to go through this video until the end. And I'm sure you will not be disappointed. You have finished your application process. I hope all of you have submitted your application forms and you are now in the track of preparing for the examination. Immediately after the board exam, until the date of the NEET examination, you have very less days remaining. So within this short period of time, how effectively you can prepare so that you get a better score in the NEET exam and get into a medical college of your choice. You all must remember the fact that you are going to compete with 15.94 lakhs of students. The biggest hurdle in front of you in this regard will be time management. You know, most of the days you will have to prepare physics, chemistry and biology simultaneously. So how do you practice maximum number of questions? How do you rectify your mistakes? Because you are spending hardly less time in the coaching institute. So you might not have the availability of teachers all the time. So for this, we have a solution for you. I'm so thrilled to introduce this platform to you because this platform has been proved one of the best score improvement systems. This has been used in India by several students and we have a large database of students who have cracked the NEET examinations and other competitive examinations by using this platform. So what are the benefits of using the platform? So let me just give you a walkthrough through the main features of this platform and how it can improvise your scores in the NEET examination. So this is how the platform looks like when you log in through our website. So let's say you have finished your first day of the coaching class and you have been taught several topics from physics, chemistry and biology. And if you want to practice more number of questions from that particular section on that day after you reach home, we have the option for that. Let's say you were taught about atomic structure and you want to learn more about atomic structure. So you just click on what would you like to study today and then click atomic structure. And the relevant information about atomic structure will come up. So these are the main concepts in atomic structure: atomic theory, examples on series of lines, energy level diagrams, spin magnetic moment, wave nature, nodal plane, atomic electron transition. Every concepts related to the NEET exam will be shown here. So you have different options here, like you want to learn these topics again, you can do that, or you want to take a short test on this topic, it's possible. And you have several questions to practice here. Let's say most important questions, the previous year's questions, the question that the rankers got wrong, or the top videos related to atomic structure, and all the theoretical information that you need for your reference is here. So this is the biggest benefit of this platform. Enrolls into this, and when he or she logs in, what all activities he or she is doing can be monitored from our end. So suppose you want to practice more number of questions from a section. Let's say I take atomic theory. So I have all the relevant theoretical information about that theory. All the videos are laid out and you have a lot of questions to practice as well. So let's say I want to practice more questions from this section. So you can see that so many questions are being thrown here. So you can see the first question is wave nature of electrons was demonstrated by. So you have several options here. Suppose you want to attempt this question and let's say you made an attempt by clicking an option and you click submit. You see that the question is the answer that you have selected is wrong. So many times what happens in coaching classes, when you attempt a test, you will be getting your score, and I told you in the previous video that you will only know what is the correct answer, like if it is C or D or B, but you never know why it is wrong or why it was why was your answer wrong and why is C the correct answer. So for this, we have an option here called View Solution. So when you click on View Solution, it will show you exactly what is the reason why option C is the answer, the explanation related to that, the key concept behind it. Everything is laid out in front of you very clearly. So you can go through this and get a clear picture of why that particular point or why that particular question was wrong for you. If you remember, in my last video, I told you that many of the questions asked in NEET have the concepts of physics, chemistry, biology linked together. Or in a way, you can see that you might need to have the knowledge about 3 or 4 chapters together to answer one question. So as you can see here, there is something called the knowledge graph here. And in this knowledge graph, a particular topic, if you select, say for example, thermodynamics of adsorption, it will show you in which all other topics it has relationships with. For example, thermodynamics of adsorption is related to free energy change during adsorption, entropy change for a system, adsorption isotherms, adsorption of adsorbate over adsorbent. Like this, how different topics are connected is clearly shown in this system. So when we come to the testing platform, you can see that in this testing platform, you can select the type of the exam that you want to give. So here we select NEET, and then you see the diverse number of tests that are available here. You have the option for taking a mini test, a chapter-wise test, a part test, a full test, a live test, a revision test, a previous year test, and a custom test of your choice. You can set a question paper and you can challenge yourself with different number of chapters which you want to give. Say for example, you want to give a test on 3 chapters in physics, 4 chapters in chemistry, and 3 chapters in biology. So you can always challenge yourself with the kind of test you want to take. So here I'll just show you a chapter-wise test example where I want to practice some questions from a particular chapter, or I want to take a test on that particular chapter. So let's say I want to do a chapter test on one of the important chapters in NEET, let's say Animal Kingdom. So I click on the test. And you can see that before you begin a test, it will clearly show you what all concepts are covered in this chapter. So as you can see here, these are the concepts that are coming under the chapter called Animal Kingdom. So if you doubt that you are not ready for a test now, so always you can go and learn these topics and come back to this test. So if you are ready, you can start taking the test. So here all the instructions will come before the test and you just begin the test. So this is how the online testing system looks like. And here all the questions will be given and you have 30 questions to be answered in a given period of time. You can see that on this left side there is a timer set and it shows 30 minutes you have for this test to complete. And within this time span you have to submit this test or you have to click on finish. If you have not completed the test, say for example in 30 minutes time you haven't reached the 30th question and you have done only up to 24 questions, the test will be automatically submitted once the timer is off. So this will help you to do the time management, because there is no way you can skip, because all the time the timer will be automatic and it will submit the test no matter whether you completed the test or not. So you keep giving the options and then click on to the next and move on to the next question and keep proceeding like this, and you give on your options. So you have enough ample amount of time to give these tests. And also at any time you feel that okay, you don't want to go with the order of the questions, you can just always move around the questions number which you want. And then finally, if you're done, you can just click on finish the test and then submit. And the biggest advantage of this testing is that you get the results then and there itself. You don't have to wait for the institute to evaluate your results. You have the results available immediately after the test. and you can click on continue to look into the results and look into your score, like how you did for the exam. Another important feature of this platform is everything what you do is logged here, and you can see your data in action. You can see what all things you have done. Say for example, you can see what all things you did today. You studied examples on de Broglie equation, you studied atomic theory, you studied electrostatics, and on Friday you did this topic. So everything is logged here. What you learned, what you practiced, how many tests you have taken. You can see that this student has taken 7 tests, and everything related to these tests are also available in this platform. Say for example, this student has taken a test on human reproduction. So when I click on that test, all the relevant informations about that test will come up. So this student has taken the test, and this is the score and time analysis. You can see that this is the cutoff score for the NEET, and this is where the student is. So a student initially understands that, okay, with the present knowledge about that topic or the way how the student has approached the test, it is not enough to clear the cutoff score. And this system clearly tells how you approached the test, or what was the test taking strategy of you. Like, the way how the paper was approached by a student, how many questions he or she has done in given period of time. You have a detailed explanation of how you approach the test. And this is one thing which is very important, because without knowing what is wrong in what you are doing, you can never improvise. So this is the way how the score and time analysis is laid out. And the second thing is the solutions and concept-wise analysis. This is also very important, because a student need to know, like, in which all areas or which all chapters the student has made mistake, or in which all questions the student has made a mistake. So we have an option for the question-wise analysis, where each question is shown here, and the key concept behind that is laid out here. The difficulty level is shown, and also everything, the view solution, the results, everything is shown in this platform. So a student gets a detailed picture of what is lacking in his or her attempts. So whatever you have seen till now is only 30% to 40% of what this system is capable of. Because of the time limitation, I'm not able to show you all the features of the system. But this is just a quick walkthrough of what you will be getting if you are under the platform of Brilliant. And I'm sure that this platform is going to make a big change in your NEET score. And how I can prove it to you is, in our NEET crash course system, we are going to give you a diagnostic test in the beginning. And in that diagnostic test, your score will be recorded. And at the end of the NEET crash course, you will be taking more number of model examinations, and you yourself can compare how good is your score in the model exams compared to the diagnostic test. So there will be a huge improvement in your score in these model exams compared to the diagnostic test if you are following all the instructions that we give. So I believe all of you have understood how effectively your NEET preparations can be done through a refined coaching system. So if you have more queries related to this system, you can always contact us at any time.